What was your greatest fear when you were a kid? Mine was living forever and had a very peculiar reason behind it. I thought, wouldn't I get bored? Just living forever. And part of the reason I had that mindset was because my Sundays and my discretionary time, whenever I had a moment, were often spent reading comic books and playing board games and things like that. And if your Sunday afternoons consist of going through Garfield comic books and playing the same board game for the fifth time or whatever, you probably would have a very boring eternity, to be quite frank. And no amount, I realized over time, no amount of video games with all their flashy new, exciting designs and levels and stuff and gameplay, and even online play, there's no amount of that could actually satisfy and fill up a human soul for eternity. And so here I was living on these thin things for so long, so much of my life, just, I'm going to be rude here and call it the entertainment of Babylon, and it just stinks. It was really soul exhausting, if I could put it that way, until I served as a missionary. And when I began to serve others as a missionary and to share the restored gospel with people that I did not know, and just began to gain some insight into their struggles in life, their challenges, the opposition that they faced, and just like their stories, and then to see how the miracle of the restored gospel could bless and enlighten them, I realized I'm never going to be bored again. I was born again so that I couldn't be bored again, right? And that was just life changing. It was amazing. My mission was such a powerful experience because it showed me how deeply Heavenly Father cares for each of his children and how he could never possibly be bored himself by continuing to bless his children. Like if you want to overcome boredom, if you want to overcome like a sense of purposelessness in life, you really need a mission. And I think a mission is very aptly named, frankly, because what I realized towards the end of my mission even was I realized like I can never go back. Like I was terrified of going back into the world, and even worse of like becoming part of the world. That was like the most intolerable thing to me because I just couldn't fathom like how could anyone give this up once you have tasted what it is to minister to others, to bless them, to help them through their troubles, and really help them find and connect with our Heavenly Father. I just couldn't fathom it. And so I made a promise to the Lord towards the end of my mission. And I said, I'm going to be a missionary forever. I never want to give up on this. I'm never going back. And so I prayed, Heavenly Father, will you please give me a mission that never ends? And when I came back, I was not disappointed.